children of all ages. Welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. WWE Crown Jewel just got off the WWE Network. There's no words for that show, for the ending of that show. Normally we start at the beginning of the card, work your way down. Today we're doing a little different. We're starting at the end and we're going to work our way back. Main event was the Universal title, champion Seth Rollins versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. As we know, it's a rematch from Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell ended in a DQ, referee stoppage. We've never had an official word. We all know how it ended. Pile of chairs, sledgehammer, boom. We make this match for Crown Jewel. Balls count anywhere. The match cannot be stopped by no one. There has to be a winner. Enough of the red fucking light. Please, WWE. We all, just like Hell in a Cell, the red lights, yeah, that's what this show was, all red lights in the main event. Hard and shit to watch. Obviously, we had tables involved. We had chairs involved. Which leads me to believe, come TLC, it's going to be these two. But hey, maybe not. Everything Rollins threw at The Fiend, and The Fiend got out. The Fiend did a dive off of the top rope, off the top of the turnbuckle. Put himself through the announce table. Rollins got a 1 count. Rollins attacked him with a sledgehammer. Rollins ended up getting pushed off the top of the turnbuckle and going through 2 tables. Rollins got up from that. They start fighting up toward the stage. Rollins hit 8 curb stomps on The Fiend on the stage. 8! Ended up super kicking The Fiend off of the stage through a little area where they had like electronics and stuff set up, and they had like the big old totes things around it. The Fiend fell in there after getting super kicked. You know, explosions going off and all this fire and everything, and you could tell The Fiend was in the middle and it was all around him because it was higher than he was. Anyway, you're like, what the fuck? Rollins goes over to obviously pin him, and he had to move one of these barrier things, these tote things, to pin him. Rollins grabs it, fire shoots up again, sparks shoot up again. He's like, oh, my eyes. Thing come down, all of a sudden, pops up The Fiend. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? Sister Abigail on the concrete. 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, is the new Universal Champion. In an era of professional wrestling when there is oodles of professional wrestling to watch, why the fuck? Why the fuck do we put a title on this character? There is no reason for it. This character does not need a title. I don't even know what the fuck to rate that match. I'm going to go 3, I guess? I don't know. I mean, it wasn't your typical Falls Count Anywhere match. It wasn't your typical match because it was really hard to watch because of the red. I don't understand why we do this. I don't understand why we have Seth Rollins slay the Beast at WrestleMania, slay the Beast at SummerSlam, to lose to Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, in their second match when that first one was Hell in a Cell and you just end it. I don't understand why you make Rollins bitch out to The Fiend. The Fiend doesn't need a title. Now what? Now what? We have Survivor Series coming up. We have TLC coming up. I just, who beats the Fiend? I mean, what do you do? Do a last man standing match next, and then have Rollins win that? I guess? Question mark. Wow, didn't see that coming. Yeah. Anyway, go back to the pre-show match. We had a 20-man battle royal for the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Like I said in my preview, I picked Humberto Carrero to win that because of the match he had with AJ on Raw. I assumed it would be a rematch for the U.S. title. Just like we had a match, So, final four of the battle royal was Cedric Alexander, Humberto Carrero, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper. Alexander got eliminated. Rowan ended up eliminating Harper, so there's probably going to be a little feud going there. And then Humberto Carrero getting the victory, going on to later in the show to United States title match versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Sunil Singh was in the match, obviously, because he was in the match. The 24/7 championship rules was paused, suspended. Once he got eliminated, back on. We have a new 24/7 champion, the 21-time 48 24/7 European champion, R-Truth. Alright, first match on the card, we had the WWE title on the line. We had the Beast in Carnage, Brock Lesnar, 9 years later, getting his hands on Cain Velasquez. The man that took the UFC title from Brock Lesnar, could he take the WWE title? This match was incredible. This match had everything you could want in a match. This may have been match of the year. I wanted to give this match 7.5 stars. Seriously, I was truly going 7.5 at one point. Then I woke up from the dream and actually watched the match again. It was only 2 minutes long, so I could watch it again and realized it was garbage. Really bad garbage because it started off like an MMA match and this is pro wrestling. And then, let's see what happened at that point. Lesnar took down Lesnar. Lesnar's laying on the mat, does the armbar. Velasquez taps like a little bitch. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Half star. Yeah. God damn. Wow. Alright, next up we have the Tag Team Turmoil match for the Tag Team Turmoil for the best tag team in the World Cup for tag teams. Hey, I thought it was going to be like the World Cup for the best in the world that Shane fucked up. So we had 9 teams. We started off with Rude and Ziggler versus the Lucha House Party. Rude and Ziggler won that. Next in was Hawkins and Ryder. Rude and Ziggler won that. Next in was Heavy Machinery. They beat Rude and Ziggler. Next in was New Day. New Day beat Heavy Machinery. New Day beat B-Team. New Day beat The Revival. I was shocked to see that because I picked The Revival to win. Unless AOP was coming in. We found out on SmackDown tomorrow night. We do have New Day versus The Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Next in after The Revival was the OC, the Good Brothers. And they ended up knocking off the New Day. So the final came down to the OC versus the Viking Raiders. And the best tag team in the world and the winner of the Tag Team World Cup is the OCs. Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Every time that Michael Cole goes about Luke Gallows, how him and Anderson made such a big name for themselves in New Japan and came to WWE, I like to think back that Luke Gallows was Festus at one time. Just throwing it out there. If y'all remember Festus, that was Luke Gallows. You know the guys do it. Bell ring, that dude. And you know what the fuck was his tag partner's name? I don't remember. Biscuits and Gravy, I think they were called, or something stupid like that. Anyway, the OC is the best tag team in the world. I give it 3.25. I mean, it wasn't a horrible tag team turmoil match. I was kind of hoping something major would happen, like AOP would take somebody out or something like that. But yeah, that was what it is. Next up, we had Cesaro versus Mansoor. As we know, Mansoor won the 51-man Battle Royal back in Super Showdown, just like I predicted in my preview. Mansoor got the victory. Actually, it wasn't a horrible match. I actually kind of enjoyed the match. I give it 3-star. Next up, we had Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury. So wondering how this match would go over, and this match, I mean, Fury actually held his own for a while. I'm just going to say he held his own pretty decent. It ended up Braun Strowman lost on count out. I mean, come on. Fury knocked him off the rope. I mean, it was a good right hand. He is the world heavyweight boxing champion. And Strowman fell off the side of the ring, laid on the outside, couldn't get back up, finally got back up, fell back down, count of 10, Tyson Fury won. I'd have given it 2.5. I mean, it was for somebody going from a boxing, I mean, not even MMA, because MMA still has striking, MMA still has submission. From a boxing background to get in the ring with Braun Strowman, it wasn't a horrible match. I mean, 2.5 maybe a little high, maybe it was like 1.5, but I mean, it was watchable until they ended with a countout by Fury winning. I mean, it's a $15 million well spent. Next up, we did have the United States title match with a phenomenal AJ Styles versus Humberto Carrero. Now, like I said in the pre-show, I predicted Carrero winning the Battle Royal. I actually predicted Carrero winning the U.S. title. I was wrong. AJ ended up retaining the title. Wasn't a bad little match. I ended up giving it 3-star. I mean, Humberto Carrero had a nice little showing versus AJ on Raw. A nice little showing here. It kind of brought him up some. I was hoping they would throw the title on him, but they didn't. Which I'm fine with AJ having the title. I mean, I am an AJ Styles fan at all. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Next up, we had, which was announced yesterday, we had the first ever women's match in Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I think they should have done this a long time ago. I mean, pimped it a long time ago. I think when they first started talking about Crown Jewel and building the Crown Jewel card, that should have been the first match as a women's match. I understand that every era of every country has their own, rules and regulations and how they feel about this, that, and the other. Because of everything politically and stuff, we all kind of knew why women weren't allowed to wrestle there. It was what it was. But we announced this match, Natalya versus Lacey Evans. Why do I need to see this match again? I've seen it a million fucking times. I watch Main Event. I see it almost every other week on Main Event. But it was cool being the first women's match with Natalya there in Saudi Arabia. A lot of the women that were in the crowd, especially the young girls, were cheering. I'm like, that's kind of cool. One thing I did notice, that they weren't wearing their normal ring attire. They were completely covered. Arms, legs, up to the neck. The only thing that you could see skin-wise from here down was their hands. I mean, they were covered to here. So I understand kind of the way societies are. And I mean, Saudi Arabia is the second world country. We know it's, there's the women's movement in that era, that part of the world is behind the United States. But it was kind of interesting to just kind of realize, okay, they're respecting their culture by doing that. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Natalya ended up getting a victory. It was a nice little match. I give it 2 3/4. It was kind of cool to see. Next up, we had the 10-man tag match. We had Team Hogan versus Team Flair. One pinfall for the finish. Wasn't elimination like Survivor Series or anything. So Team Hogan, Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Shorty G. I hate that, Chad Gable. Ali, and then Team Flair was Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, McIntyre, and Shinsuke Nakamura. What was kind of interesting was Lana actually came out with Bobby Lashley, which you kind of normally don't see that when you do these Saudi Arabia shows. So that was kind of neat they ended up doing that. Team Hogan got the victory, like I said in the pre-show. I ended up giving it 2 3/4. It was just a 10-man tag. It just kind of was like everybody did a spot or two, and that was it. Then that led up to the main event. We already went over that. So overall, the Crown Jewel card was probably their best Saudi Arabia show, which still was just another show for WWE. I mean, and rumor has it, Survivor Series is supposed to be Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. I don't understand how that's going to work out, but we'll see. NXT has War Games the day before, so that's kind of intriguing to see how that's all going to work out. It's going to be an all-women's War Games, it looks like. I was watching NXT before the show. Yeah, I watched NXT this morning. I watched NXT UK. I watched AEW Dynamite, and then I watched Crown Jewel. So I've had great wrestling and just the Crown Jewel event. But that's going to wrap up the WWE Crown Jewel review. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. I can't talk today. Hopefully you get to take a watch of this show and kind of see what I felt about it. I'd love to see your comments below and what you felt about it, how you thought about the main event. I don't care for the main event, honestly. I don't care for Bray Wyatt having the title. I hate the gimmick. I hate everything to do with The Fiend. Maybe The Fiend is the one that knocks on Aleister Black's door and Black takes the title from him. Fingers crossed! The Fiend knocks on Aleister's door. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen going forward. WWE is so unpredictable, which I predicted 5 of the 8 matches, which I would have predicted the women's match if I had known about it. So the only matches I didn't get was the Turmoil match, the U.S. title, and the main event. So, yeah, like I said, pretty predictable. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.